Hello everyone, welcome to the Tatsan Sensei with Japanese course. In this lesson, you will learn about Japanese particles in grammar. Alright, here we have 5 particles. The first one is wa, but in hiragana vowel we know this is ha. But in grammar, to represent the subject, we use this ha as va. Okay, now we also have this wo, and then ka, mo, and the final one is no. Okay, let's get started. The first one is va. Now this is the subject, the first one, and after the subject we use this va. To represent the subject, we have to put this va before the object. Alright, let's take a look at several examples. Here we have I'm a student. In Japanese, for the student we say that is ga, ku, se, I, right? Finally, in this sentence we have this. To end a particular sentence we can use this, right? Okay, let's take a look at the next example. Mr. Yamashita is a teacher. Okay, this is a name, then we can usually write the name in hiragana like this, Yamashita, and also we have the son. That means for Mr. and Mrs. in Japanese we say son. Okay, that is the subject. Now we have to represent that using the va. Then we have the character here, va. After that we have the object here, which is a teacher. The definition for the teacher in Japanese is sensei. Here we have se, se, I. As the final part we have this here. Okay, the third example is I'm Sakura. In this case, Sakura is a name. Then we have watashi for the I'm. This is the subject. To represent that we have wa here, and then the sakura. Okay, and the des. Fourth example, that is he is a doctor. Okay, in Japanese we say isha for the doctor. Here we have I, she, but here we have a smaller ya. Then this will become I, sha, right? So now the sentence is kareva isha des. Kareva isha des, right? Okay, let's take a look at the next example, which is this is a book. Now in Japanese, for a book we say hon, right? Ho, n. Now let's take a look at the sentence. Here we have koreva hon des. Koreva hon des. Okay, the final one, it is a ka. In Japanese we say soreva kuruma desu for this. Okay, the first one is sore, that is for it is, and then wa to represent the subject. Also we have kuruma, that is the definition for the ka. We can see here kuruma, and this the final one. Okay, now let's take a look at the next particle, which is wo. Here we have 5 examples. The first one is I ate rice. In Japanese we say go ha n for the rice. Here go ha n. Then I eat mean tabemasu, and then I watashi. Here we can see watashi, and then wa gohan wo tabemasu. Let's tell that again. Watashi wa gohan wo tabemasu. Right? Okay, let's take a look at the next example, which is she is drinking tea. Okay, the sentence is kanojo wa ocha wo nomimasu, right? Kanojo wa ocha wo nomimasu. Okay, she is, we can say in Japanese, kanojo, and here we have Wa ocha. Actually, ocha is the T. O cha. We have O, chi, and we have smaller ya, and then this is the ocha. Then we can see that here ocha, and after that we have the wo, and after that we have nomimas. Okay. The next example is he is watching TV. Now we have Kareva terebi vo mimas. Kareva terebi vo mimas. Here, ka, re, va. To represent the subject, we have the va here, and then te, re, bi. Here, we can see this is a katakana word, te, re, bi. Te, re, bi. Vo, mimas. Let's tell that again. Kare, va, te, re, bi, vo, mimas. Okay, the next one, that is teacher is reading a book. Here, this is sensei wa honwo yomimasu, right? Sensei wa honwo yomimasu. Here, for teacher we say sensei, and we have the wa here, and after that, and the next word is hon. Hon is book, right? And we have the wo here, and after that object we have the verb, which is yomimas, right? Let's tell that again. Sensei wa hon wo yomimasu. Here we have our final one, which is student is sing a song. Here we can say gakusei wa uta wo utaimasu. Here gakusei mean student, and we have wa, and after that uta, that means song, and after that we have wo, and after that we have the verb, which is utaimasu, and that means sing. Okay, let's move to the next particle, which is more. The definition for more in grammar is also. That is also, right? Okay, let's take a look at several examples for the more particle in Japanese. Here, the first example is both mother and father are teachers. In Japanese, we can say that haha mo chichi mo sensei desu, right? Haha is mother and the father is chichi. Now, here both mother and father. To do that, we can say haha mo chichi mo and sensei this, right? That's how to say both mother and father are teachers. Let's take a look at the second example, which is Yamada will also go. Yamada is a name, and we can write that name using hiragana characters. Yamada-san. Mo ikimasu. In this case, Yamada will also go means someone is going also, but Yamada will also join. That's why we use mo. Okay. Now let's take a look at third example. Now we have part A and B. That's why we have A, B here. The first one is Tanaka is a Japanese citizen. After that, we have the part B, which is Sakura is also a Japanese citizen. Now let's focus on the first part. In this conversation, a person says, Tanaka-san wa Nihonjin desu. Right? Now, the person B says, Sakura-san mo Nihonjin desu. What happening here is, in this conversation, the first part mentioning Tanaka is a Japanese citizen, and after that the B person is mentioning Sakura is also a Japanese citizen. That means both Tanaka and Sakura is a Japanese citizen. That's why we are using mo in second dialogue. Okay. Now let's take a look at the final example. Here we have in the conversation first part is that is pencil, and the last part is this also pencil. The first one in Japanese, sore wa enpitsu desu, and the last one is kore mo enpitsu desu, right? In first dialogue we can see this sore, and that means that, okay? And we have this enpitsu. Enpitsu means a pencil, right? Now we can see this kore mo. Kore means this. We are having more because in this second dialogue it is mentioning this also pencil. That's why we can see more here. Alright, as finally we are using more after a noun like that. Okay, let's move into the next particle, which is no. Now, in a sentence, to add the noun or a thing that owned by the first noun, we can use this no particle. Okay, we have noun 1, that is the owner of noun 2. Then we can do noun 1, no, noun 2, this, right? Now let's take a look at examples. Here we have my pencil. That means we can say watashi no enpitsu desu. Here watashi mean I, but here we can see my, that is a noun. Then we have to convert watashi into a noun. That's why we are using no here. Then watashi no is a noun now, and enpitsu desu. Okay, that's how to do that. Let's take a look at the second example, which is Ashin's ka. We are using katakana to write a foreign name like this, and after that we have son. That means we are having Mr. or Mrs. there, and we have no to convert that into a noun. Okay, after that we have kuruma desu. Here we can see the definition of the kuruma is ka, right? Okay, the third example is this is my umbrella. In Japanese we can say kore wa watashi no kasa desu, right? Here kore means this, and we have wa. After that we have watashi, and we have to convert I into my. That's why we are adding no to watashi. Watashi no, and umbrella we are saying kasa. Okay, the fourth example is Kimura's shoes. Here we are writing that using hiragana characters. So we are saying Kimura-san no kutsu desu, right? Kimura, that means Kimura the name, and we have san for represent the Mr. or Mrs., and we are having no to convert that into a noun, and after that we have kutsu desu for shoes. Okay, the last example is your mother. Here we can say anata no haha desu. Anata no haha desu. Here you can see anata is you, but we are having no here, then you will be your. Okay, let's take a look at the last example, that is your mother. Here we can see anata no haha desu. Anata mean your, but we are having no here. That means we are converting you into your, and then haha, that means mother, and this. Okay, let's take a look at next particle, that is ka. Ka is using in Japanese for asking a question. Let's take a look at example. The first one is did you eat rice? Here anata mean you, and we have the wa particle, and after that we have gohan, that means rice, and after that we have wo particle, and after that we have tabimasu. And to ask this like a question, we are adding ka particle to end of this section. Okay, let's move to the second example, that is, what is this? Here we have kore wa nan desu ka. Kore mean this, and we have the wa particle, and after that we have nan desu, and that mean what. After that we have ka to make this as a section. Alright, the third example is where is her home. To say that in Japanese we can say Kanojo no uchi wa doko desu ka. Kanojo mean she, and the doko desu mean where, right? And we have the ka particle to ask this like a question. Okay, the fourth one, that is, did you drink tea? In Japanese we can say anata wa ocha wo nomimasu ka. Anata mean you, ocha mean tea, and we have nomimasu for drink, and to ask this like a question we can add ka here. Alright, the final one, that is, what is your name? We can ask that in Japanese by saying anata no name wa nan desu ka, right? Anata mean you, and we are converting this anata into a noun. That's why we are adding no particle here. Then anata, the definition is you, then it will convert it into your by adding this no particle. And after that we have name, that means the name, and after that nan desu ka, what. Okay, to convert this into a question we are adding ka particle to end. Okay, that is it for this lesson, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you.